In my last video, if you haven't seen already, I started the challenge of versing 100 thermals. The counter was somewhere like 15 kills, 17 deaths, so that is 32 encounters, so 68 more to go. Anyways, I ended the last video after this clip when I met these two thermal players, and depressingly enough, I choked it. Now, you might be thinking, how did I choke this when I eliminated both the thermals? Well, in fact, the mistake was assuming that the coast was clear. All the tips will be shown here.
Suspicious target has been lost.
Clearly you can hear those faint footsteps inside, but at the time I was too busy thinking about thermals. Even my character was pointing towards a sound indicator. Me thinking right now I'm gonna lose the 2 mil. So for you guys watching at home, I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. I might as well teach you them so you don't have to go through the same issues as me. But yeah, rip my 2 million. This guide will try to accommodate everybody, including those who don't have friends like me. So what you gotta do is join in with a random, because even with a random, you're more likely to get some thermals. You can use them as bait.
You are watching a master at work.
I just got notified that someone tried to DDoS me. Probably that random.
Betrayal.
When running the MK, adding that little ergonomic by taking the scope off is very essential in close quarter combat. And if you don't like that, just use the H4 and hip fire with that.
Housekeeping!
The reason why my dusty hands didn't finish him off was because when taking your scope off, bullets don't always go to the middle of the screen, so test out in the training mode and you'll see some scopes you need to aim a bit higher.
Moments later.
Keep in mind, when shooting, you attract third parties.
Oh, brother, this is!
When ambushing, you need to focus on how many sound prints and how close they are together, because in that way you can know when not to ADS and when to keep ADSing, because in this situation, I own ADS.
You're no square dog!
Meanwhile, this random does absolutely nothing, proning in the grass.
I wumbo, you wumbo, he, she, me, wumbo.
Running different scopes gives you an advantage in different terrains. Here, the ×1 scope lets you adjust your aim more easily than compared to the 3.5 times scope.
Stop it. Get some help.
They must have added a quality of life update, making the snow slippery.
Get a load of this guy.
Quick throw grenades into the sky, forcing the enemies to peek you first.
I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better. Why does this keep happening to me?
If you face a lot of reconnecting issues, then play it a lot inside. Maybe when you're reconnecting, you will be sheltered inside.
Oh, let's go. That's class.
The most dangerous animal on this planet.
I'm banishing you to the Shadow Realm. Much better.
If you don't want to miss any free thermals, don't do what I just did. Don't assume that just because they're not MK or H4 that they're not thermals. This SVD was just the case. In worst case scenarios, you need to hip fire with an MK. You don't want to put yourself in that situation, but when the needs arise, you must execute, all depending on luck.
360! He needs some milk!
Learning from our past mistakes, making sure the coast is clear. Main reason why these guys failed against me was because in the blizzard they had no sound prints while I was inside, so I was sheltered off, which is a very nice game mechanic. A little digression, in my journey to 100 thermal counters, I met this TikTok player. I don't know who he is or where he came from, but he just randomly joined and he told me, please sir, use my thermal and we dropped the loot 50-50. And I agreed, why not? I'm not risking my thermal.
We got to celebrate our differences.
This is still useful for you guys because if you do find a thermal, you still need tips to extract with it. And if you do meet a random Chinese who gives you a free thermal, you need to first clear the spawns closest to you.
Everybody just calm down.
Target eliminated.
Also, if you're feeling a bit ballsy, go near the airdrop. That's where all the fights will be. Check the rocks near the airdrop with your thermal and claw them.
冰淇淋
Don't come any closer!
When getting used to the map or not being fully warmed up, exiting early is always essential because greed always kills. And just like agreed upon, this TikTok player gave me the red. Pleasure doing business with you, mate.
Thank you so much! Best friend!
Playing accordingly to terrain. Here you see this little dip and I'm using it as a cover. This little dip is what's separating between me and a thermal player. This guy's looking beautiful today. There's no shortcut to becoming a pro thermal hunter. Just having more fights will give you more experience, and experience is needed. The first kill will always be the easiest, but the second is the hardest, and that makes a difference between a good and an average thermal hunter. You can't avoid death, so don't let it affect you mentally, just move on. The most painful part is going back to the lobby and re-equipping. Usually it costs me around 300k to have my thermal hunting set, and I keep a second mag in my case, so if I do die, I save another 30 M61s.
I think we should forfeit.
Avoiding the first team that's going towards the airdrop is the best thing to do. That way you don't get third party and you can observe the situation.
If you want some, I'll give it you.
Hey, Bo, can I have a pizza, please?
While he wasn't a thermal, this tip will still stand. All you have to do is stay behind the obstacle so the thermals won't be able to see you. Now what I'm going to say is going to be a little controversial, but when you do join a random in the lobby and you have the tier 3 blue helmet, they assume that you're thermals, so in the game they will carry out the thermal, and then when they die you can use their thermal as a bait. Just see how I did it. And what a way to end the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. I put so much effort into this, so I hope you share, like, subscribe and all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll see you in the next part. I had to rush this one because, well, the new update was coming and I wanted to get it out on time. Take care lads, see ya. Here's how the scoreboard looks like.